Hello, my name is Lila Morningstar, and I'm making this video for students in class CIG 790, as I promised to my professors. And right now on my screen, you can see a website. Maybe it's a little too small, but I'm definitely going to share with you the link. It's zotero.org. Zotero spelling, as you can see, the same as on the logo, and it's .org. Now, what is Zotero? Zotero, it's a tool that you might try, and maybe you would like it the way I do and many other researchers do, that will help you to keep all your resources together, help you to create citations for those resources, and overall it just keeps everything organized in a database and very easy to manage. So once you get to this website, you can download. I'm using Mac version. I'm pretty sure Windows version and Linux version as well, really good. Never used iOS version, and maybe I should try in the nearest future as well. But the most versatile version is the web version. So I already logged in into my Zotero online, and you can see it on the screen with all my resources. Here on the left, you can create your library. You can create different folders depending on what you're working on. For example, right now I've been working on literature for this current class CAG 790, and that's where I was keeping all my resources. Now, you don't have to keep everything in one single folder. You can actually separate by subfolders as each individual theme. Like I have here AI and ND, ND neurodiversity, AI in education, and just neurodiversity to educate myself on the aspects I'm going to write about. Now, if you had your own publications, I did not actually edit my only publication that I have, but you can add them here as well. And you will always be able to access to your articles or your research papers directly from here, really easy. Now, let's just say you downloaded many papers from Google Scholar. There are multiple ways of doing it in sense of organizing here. You can just simply drag and drop if you're using desktop version. I'm going to show you desktop version right now. So on top right now, you can see my desktop version, and it's very similar. As you can see, the design is similar. What is this local installed version I found to be better is it has inbuilt PDF reader, and I'm using this PDF reader a lot because I don't have to open separate app. And another cool feature that Zotero offers you, and I would actually recommend you, when you're installing Zotero, it will ask you if you want to install extension for your browser. And I'm using Chrome, and I'm using Firefox, and actually my preferred browser right now is Arc, and it works on all of them. I'm not really a big fan of Safari because a lot of my apps that I'm using do not work well on Safari. So I would not tell you how it works on Safari, never used it. Now, so we're looking at my local version, right? And let's just say we're in one of my directories where I was organizing all the literature for my recent literature review assignment. Now, first, when you add literature, most likely Zotero already will extract all the information that you need for this um, paper. So all this information already will be here for you. Let's just call it metadata. It will extract abstract, so you do not really need to open the document to read an abstract. And then I have a one note here. Usually there is no notes. Notes are for you if you're reading through the document and you need to put some additional information, and most likely you will do, right? Just to make sure you know exactly what are you even reading, or why did you save this document, why you think it's maybe useful for your research. But now I'm going to show you something really cool that also Zotero can do. So often when you're organizing your bibliography at the end of the research paper, it gets a little bit, it used to get a little bit complicated because you had to individually copy every single resource. Now, when you install Zotero, Zotero will automatically connect to your uh, Word, Microsoft Word, and you also can connect Zotero to your Google Docs. I would not tell you about any other text editor because I do not use any other text editors. Primarily, I'm actually a Microsoft Word user, and it works just like magic because you don't need to do a lot of manual work. It will just help you to work with citations directly through the Zotero. You don't need to keep your citations in a separate file. You don't need to try to manually copy paste all the information about resource to make sure that your bibliography and references saved in the Word. And it's been kind of really helpful, saves a lot of time. Now, another cool feature what I found here, let's just say you need to use quick citation, not necessary for your research directly in your research, but just to post somewhere. Before people would, for example, keep citation in a Word document as a citation itself, and then little bit of this abstract, basically kind of list of the literature to organize and know why this literature in their saved literature list. Now, you don't have to even worry about that, but let's just say you need quick citation. With the right click, you can actually create bibliography item. You can export this item, which means it will export the file from the Zotero literature and you can save it on an external storage device such as USB, or you can actually do something cool. So first, when you create bibliography, it will open in separate window. Unfortunately, with my screen recording, I am not sharing my separate screen, and it pops up on my separate screen, and I cannot drag it on top of the screen because I'm sharing actually app and not the screen itself through my video recording. So it's just not visible for you guys, but it's super easy. There is different formats. You can choose LMA, API, whatever you need to Chicago. Now, you can view online. That's another cool feature that you can use with Zotero. And what does it mean, view online? It's automatically links your saved downloaded document to its online resource. You no longer have to worry about that. As you can see right now on the right, I'm showing you, here's the link to this document. And if you want to see online where this resource came from, right click, view online. Another really awesome feature I use a lot, open PDF in new tab, open PDF in new window. Normally I use new window. It's just easier for me to navigate between multiple screens. In this case, I actually open a new tab already. One of the documents, actually, as you can see, I have multiple tabs here with all this text. And you can go through reading text. You can do highlights. For example, I was doing literature review and I needed direct quote, and I highlighted for myself, so I will be easy able to navigate back and find this highlight. There are some different edits you can use here. You can select text. You can actually do even writing. For example, many of us using like iPads or other devices with the smart pen, and it would allow you to do some notes with the pen on inside of the document. That saved a lot of paper because you don't have to print, and it will be easier for you to find because once you've done it, it's not going anywhere. It will be automatically saved here. So now, as you know, not a secret that all of these papers, the value amount of the reading that we have to do sometimes can be very overwhelming. And I found the app, and most likely you already heard about it, that allows me to know about the papers I need to read or book I need to read in an easier way. I know we've been taught that we need to read abstract, then read results, but you kind of want to know in easy terms because research papers are not very entertaining most often to actually read the entire paper. So what I've been using NotebookLM. It's actually Google. So you just log in with your Google account and you have this NotebookLM. As you can see, I used it a lot for all kind of papers. I actually use it a lot for my teaching, and I'll show you exactly why in a moment. But first, let's just see one of the papers. So first, I actually want to show you how I would add this. I already added a lot of paper that I did for my literature review here, and we're going to look through them quickly. But first, to add the paper here, and give me 1 second, I will switch between apps so you can see it on the top of the screen. So I'm just gonna create new. It will pops up. You can just paste the text, and copy pasting text actually works fine. But in our situation, you kind of want to refer the document to something, to authorship, first of all, and the name of the research. So copy pasting probably not the best idea. You definitely can use website and even YouTube video through the link. So that's one of the ways you can access the research you're looking for. Now, okay, it didn't give exactly the paper, but it did guide me to the website where this paper been downloaded from. So let's just say you need direct link to the PDF itself, not to the resource, but PDF itself. In my situation, I just copy pasted to the resource where a PDF was downloaded. You can connect to Google Drive if you keep it in your Google Drive, directly Google Docs, Google Slides. But most often I use this upload. And what I do, let's just say in my Zotero, I already uploaded a lot of files. And I like to do this with my desktop Zotero. So let's just say one of these documents that currently don't exist in my. So we have post-secondary students who have a learning disability. So I'm gonna do right click, and I'm gonna ask to show me this file in a Finder, basically where it's saved on my hard drive. Again, you do not see right now this window. That's why you only see my cursor moving, because my video recording set only to show you these two apps on the screen. But I basically drag and drop from that Finder. For you Windows users, I'm really sorry, I do not remember exactly the name of the file browser that you use at this second. So once you drag and dropped it, it's automatically will start the process. Now, what's really cool about it, you can quickly read here a summary for your document. You can access an entire document text right here. It will provide you with the key topics. Like if you're choosing just specific topic, it will give you access to specifically through the chat. Sort of works like chat GPT, but NotebookLM specifically been created for learners, for people who's doing studies, for people who are doing research. So it's not like it's been created for everybody. So it gives you basically extract all the necessary information based on what exactly you're trying to find, without providing you the entire paper. But what it does, as you can see here, these numbers, it's links to actual place in text to your citation. That helped me a lot when I was doing literature review, because I did not have to search for exact quotes somewhere in the text that I need to, because it would help me to find that specific part of the text super easily within seconds, as you could see right now. Now, one more thing I wanted to show you here. You go back to Notebook Guide, and let's just say it's a book and you're trying to get little more information about this book chapter or even research. And you can create table of content. That's been very useful. Kind of helps you to mentally navigate through the document. For some things that I used to study that I need to actually learn, it helps to create study guide, which been incredible actually. And that's what I use for my students when I'm actually teaching. I create study guides directly from here. I told them many times they can do this by themselves, but our students, they are not really people who will go and do a lot of stuff by themselves. So here we have our I wouldn't call it a summary. It's more like um, comprehensive guide, or it tells you like in the small blocks in what area would you can find in the actual document. You can create more as a summary type with the briefing doc. That's another part that I use a lot in my practice with my students. I actually just create a briefing doc for the lecture and upload for them, and it helps me to create slides. I like custom slides. I don't like slides that come with the book, and this actually perfectly will give you opportunity to create slides based on the short information from the chapter, research paper, whatever. So it highlights main themes. It goes through the key findings and facts, and kind of does a lot of work that you would have to do on your own if you didn't have this tool. So what I do next, I usually highlight this, Control C to copy, and I go back to my Zotero. Now in Zotero, I showed you earlier, you can create notes. So my first note actually going to be this exact information that I just copied. As you can see, the copies with the format exactly as it is in the NotebookLM. So easy to read, but in the future, I don't have to kind of go back to NotebookLM and use two separate Windows browsers. It's already here. So if I need to go back quickly and read, that's going to be my first note. For larger papers or books, I would also include table of contents that I showed you earlier. And that would be my first note. So this separate note actually will be saved as a attachment to this file, to this PDF with the research. And now let me change screens again. So let's go back to our notebook guide. Here, if it's something you need to study, you can create FAQ, which actually genius way. Like it extracts information and creates questions. Again, something you can use in your classroom. And study guide. I found timeline is really good for books that has a specific timeline. It's also good for research because it extracts specific timelines, but it doesn't work with all research. I found that qualitative papers kind of would be better with this timeline because sometimes in qualitative paper they do present timeline and time frames within the research. So let's just try it. If it's gonna work, it's gonna work. If there is nothing to extract, it's gonna notify me there is no specific timeline in this paper. Oh, look, it's actually created some timeline. And actually, it's really nice here. So it starts with K-12 education, transition to college. Okay, this one is pretty cool. I had some research papers that did not have really good output with the timeline. Here are some characters in this document. So there are students with disabilities, high school AP team, and so on. Now, again, we're not gonna go through the reading of the entire thing, right? Is not the purpose right now. So last thing, as I mentioned, it's really hard sometimes for us to read everything and so much that we have to do for our research. So what I do, I click here on generate. You can customize and add specific details. At this point, I'm not going to do edits, but you can, for example, focus on specific source, focus on specific topic, target the audience. Yes, you can download here not just one research paper, you can download all of them and then specifically focus on each of those papers. And you will click generate. So it does take some time. You will need to have a stable, fast internet to actually do that. And unfortunately, you cannot do this on campus for whatever reason. Our campus network is blocking it. Sorry. So instead of waiting, I'm going to quickly pause it. Okay, so it's already completed, and what we have right now, we have an audio file. I'm going to start this audio file. I'm not really sure if it will record the sound from the file.
Welcome back, everyone, to Works. Yeah, good point. So, is this low OSD use a good sign or like a potential red flag?
It's hard to say for sure. It's a bit of a double-edged sword.
Okay, so then how about faculty interaction? Only 32% of students talk to their professors about their LD, and usually only in formal settings. Sounds like a missed opportunity, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Imagine if more professors had a deeper understanding of their students' learning styles. It could make.
So I'm not really sure if recording captured the actual sound from this file. If it did perfectly, that you could hear the way it was presented. And it did not present in a boring way as like just screen reader reading for you from the screen. It's in the form of the podcast to people talking with each other about this document, basically about details from this document. Now, what I usually do if I have more than one resource that need to be listened to, I would download it. And now you can upload it to your cloud drive directly to your mobile phone, or what I do, I actually like to RCC podcast. I will upload all these files to RCC podcast and then listen on the go when I'm driving to work, when I'm driving to because I'm not sharing everything on my screen, you cannot see this window. I tried to open as a separate file to show you how I can upload it. You can upload to YouTube as a sound file. Anyway, while you're driving, you can listen this file. While you're doing something like cleaning the house and cooking in the kitchen, you can listen to the soundtracks. Now, because you also downloaded this as a file, what I would do, I would go back to Zotero and I will attach this file. Okay, that's not text. But you don't have to even attach this file directly if you're planning to save this on your notebook LM. You also can choose a share. So yes, you can attach the file, but that's not necessary. Need to, if you can choose actually share and create a link. So here is your link. And then I will go back to Zotero, and right here where it says extra, or you can go to notes again and put link to the audio right here in your note. So you can do it both ways. You can insert link. We'll choose already link here. I usually just download file. It's just easier for me to find directly as a file, and you do the way you would prefer it. But yes, you can actually save it directly here, link to this audio recording, and next time if you want to quickly hear what this is about, you can start this audio recording. One more cool thing, how you can organize papers besides actually assigning it to the different folders. You can find duplicate items. Right now I removed all the duplicates here. But one more cool thing you can do is using tags. So by using tags right here, you can insert tag neurodiversity students. Or let's just say it's gonna be just neurodiversity tag. And it's gonna be more than one tag. Once you click enter on your keyboard, you can add one more. So it's gonna be a higher add tag. And these tags will allow you very quickly navigate and find exactly what you're looking for that specifically related to your current research or current paper. Also, you can see here related links. That's what I said I will save as a link, but unfortunately, again, you do not see right now it's opening up because I'm not sharing that part of the screen. So that's where you can enter the link. Okay, what else really cool here in Zotero besides the fact that you have a database that automatically can help you to organize everything is an ability to actually work with your database directly here. But I mentioned that you can install an extension to your browser. So the moment you search something through your Chrome and you find the file, you can automatically with right click add it to Zotero. Like you don't have to go through the process anymore, downloading it and uploading to the document. And second really cool thing that it's actually links with your web version. And like I said, this web version and actual app installed on your computer, they are almost the same. They have slight differences between them. With your installed app, you don't have to worry about the storage size. Here, as you can see, it's asking to upgrade storage because that's not like for free, is not giving you unlimited space. It's also give you quickly all the tags that we just used to give you the document that specifically will be allocated with this tag. So in the citation, I used only one. Now, as you can see here, you cannot find dupes. But what you can do, you can use one of the other apps here. So here is subscribe to feed. We're not gonna use this, but we're going to use this. By URL or any other information, it will help you to actually organize by identifiers. So their specific identifier would be, and it will organize papers based on this. For example, I would like to organize by my tags, but I don't have to use this app because I add like annotated bibliography right here. So I have currently only 2 that I've been working on. I also been searching for quantitative qualitative, so I give this as a tag and it will find quickly. And it will find related papers as well. And I'm so sorry I'm not sharing the right screen at this moment. So right here you can, for example, I have a document that I'm looking at. Here, notes, tags, attachments. If you downloaded sound, you can attach here. And related, it will help you to find what is related to this document. But again, it might not have if you did not specifically specify that those are related. They can be related by the author, they can be related by the topic, so that's something you will have to work a little bit manual. So if you compare 2 versions, online and the app, they have slight differences in a certain circumstances. I would prefer online version, especially when I'm working with Word file. It's links to like Microsoft 365 with the Word version. It links to this online Zotero, and I found it more reliable, more flexible in the sense of formatting your resources. So I think that's it, and I hope this is useful information. And if you have any questions, please, guys, reach out. I would be happy to show you more. Bye bye.